following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
You get the one that you probably don't care about that much, but
Yeah.
oh well, that's the one you get. Round 21 of the ABL started this week with the Cheetahs beating Besaid's Oryx in a home game on the hub of Galactic Civilization, 69-57. Followed a day and a half later by the homeworld's Thunderbirds defeating the Sirens on the latter's turf on Ilium by almost 20 points, dropping the Sirens to fourth on the table. Later today, the Cougars have another home game that should see top-of-the-table favourites beating the Vixens, with the Navos team at the opposite end of the rankings. At the end of the week, the Bluebirds will face the Swallows in a match that should be a lot closer and harder to predict. Pundits have predicted the Sunbears to win, with the game being a home one for them, tipping the odds in most of their minds.
Come on, whoever the fuck's facing down, whatever the fuck your team's name is.
I believe it's the Vixens are facing down the Cougars.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're really gonna body those balls.
Not gonna lie, I just wound up picturing Blitzball. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I was... They never showed the game.
Well, for good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing the development team for that, if they had showed the game, it would have been a shitty JPEG they grabbed off of Shutterstock and tinted purple.
Very least, it has to be like Speedball.
Speedball.
Yeah, and then you arrive at the pub. I'm guessing you turn off Noma before,
Yeah, before entering in.
and then roughly probably 20 minutes later, Tiala would. I suppose Tiala goes on a separate elevator ride.
Well, we weren't together!
No,
You split us up, so this is your fault.
that is true. D10.
1.
Oh, you get this as a follow-up one from the last week. It was the last week or week before. Disaster struck earlier today when 38 Turians lost their lives in what Councillor Tetricus called the worst military accident all year. After discovering the ancient wreckage of the THS Exultant that was taken down by a Krogan skullshot, further exploration of this vessel revealed a terrible surprise for everybody within a kilometre radius of the crash site. A second unexploded skullshot missile lodged within the lower hull of the military vessel. Attempts to disarm the weapon were met with disaster, however, with experts believing that based on aerial footage from the THS Verican of the explosion, was probably due to unknown internal damage to the contents of the missile. A memorial service will be held on Paladin tomorrow at 1000 CST that will be broadcast across Citadel space.
Yikes.
To bury the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The box.
Remember that skull shot is a potent device.
Cooks the inhabitants.
No, you don't. Yeah, you don't need to destroy the ship. Just kill everybody on it.
Are we at the table with a glass filled with water, and I'm weighing it for some reason, like pushing it around
He's trying
and
to
doing
work out
some nerd
There's
stuff.
alcohol content.
I know they're hiding it in there somewhere.
Why would I drink this?
I'm just setting a baseline. I'm trying to figure out exactly how much fluid for how much mass, and then what happens if I move it around certain ways. But I'm gonna have to add something to it. I have to get some materials.
Pressurized vessel. The liquid doesn't float.
It's a good idea. When it's being stormed, that will cause any issues with taking corners and things like that. That'll help.
Solo.
Diallo?
Jelly has a dumb face.
What's with the face?
We have them. Your species doesn't seem to.
I'm not a
What's
geek.
wrong with your face?
How do you feel about Tess?
And good night, folks.
Oh, not this again.
No, this
Is that Darlow saying that or Brenton saying that? Or a little bit of column A and a very big bit of column B?
This is not.
That's all I'm
This is
saying
not
it.
teasing you. This is asking a genuine question.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm getting this feeling that she likes me, but that has me concerned for her mental state.
What?
Why would she like me? I'm a weirdo. I'm clearly not okay.
Have you met her group?
Uh,
Yeah, only Logan's got it together.
well, you
As
seem
far as we're
to...
aware.
Hey, I'm the only one here with a certificate that says I'm not insane.
Cured.
It's actually kind of true.
Yeah.
You seem
Only,
to...
only
You're all crazy. I'm fine.
it's only because you put the not written in there in pencil.
No, it's official.
Hey, I was in CSEC. I probably had to pass the psych eval and stuff to get through there.
Yeah, but we've seen you since. You know that was borderline. Well, they were hoping it would buff out.
You seem to have it together.
Oh, hell no. Tess doesn't want to push you. She would like to see it progress if it's possible. She's fine with friends if that's all it is. But what she's offering is, if you would like, she wants to share a story of her past with you, maybe to, in the hope that you understand that she actually is wants to know more about you.
Well, that could be a problem.
Why?
Well, you guys know what I used to do. I've told you. I'm pretty sure Rosa's aware. I haven't confirmed that. I don't really want to. I like Rosa and her family.
Well, you're part of it now, Sunshine.
None of us have a clear past.
Well, I know you had... Well, of course you had your troubles. But I'm sure I don't know even 10% of that.
No. But Tess, I mean, even though she's young, she still has had issues. I know a few of the things, and
Well, you don't exactly wind up in a strange position she's in without some troubles.
I think she quite likes the position she's in at the moment.
If she wants to tell me something, then I'll listen. And I don't want to push her away.
I'll let her know that I think that's the most that she wants. Well, at this moment anyway. I'll let her know. Again, we're all here for you to talk to.
Except for us.
I'm the furthest away.
Now the closest, now the furthest.
The least approachable. He doesn't even know where I am. The door to my office is never always open. It's locked. With the greatest lock, a most tremendous lock, a lock that not even Zalo could even realize is a lock. It's a wall to him. A beautiful wall. And he will pay for it.
And I'll look back at my previously incredibly frustrating math like, I'm sorry I yelled at you, science. I preferred it when you were my only problem.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh.
Well, you're only in the first
I'm
3
sorry.
chapters.
Yeah, there's a lot I don't exactly understand about the type of thing I'm trying to apply here.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, clearing away ions on an afterburner. On a not fighter craft. Because of course they can just do an atmospheric re-entry or something like that. Gidra's having issues with his afterburner, and I got a tip off that it might be something related to that. So I'm trying to come up with a system that'll be effective for his afterburner to, sort of wash it off in a way that isn't going to be detrimental to his speed output or dangerous to the track.
Alright, I don't know much about that side of it.
Oh, we need to introduce you to like some of those human designs, like stupid big block stuff.
Right, I will let Tess know. I don't know if it'll be now or...
I'll be around the apartment probably until the others get back, unless something comes up.
I'll be heading out later on. We're
I just thought of
doing the simulator
to his problem.
today, hopefully.
Oh,
Slipstreaming. When you're slipstreaming behind someone else, you can bleed off in that, maybe.
Yeah.
But you'd need to have the right
skill
composite in your in the skin of your racer, which is the honeycomb mesh I suggested. Or someone did. Who knows?
Yeah, but then you'd have to be behind someone when your ideally you'd be at the front, right?
Yeah,
But this is how you get to the
Get
front.
to the front.
you use it to share the ions, and then
You've got your extra speed, and you go out in front. You get some more build up. Sure. So does everyone else. If they get back in front of you, you can solve the problem, and they can't.
because of the trick is if you get close enough to them, you'll disrupt their turbulence. Their
Turbulent juice.
and then you see, use it to share. You disrupt their turbulence, and that's when you shoot through.
yeah, the old slingshot. If it's okay, I'd like to go and witness that. I mean, the Void Wraith didn't exactly try to capture me, but they messed with Rose's family, so...
I'll ask if it's
Owen will provide.
it's okay.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
Even that Quarian over there.
Let's get him, Philly.
As
You
you
wait
said,
till I adopt a Volus.
this is the C-second. I'm just a representative of the Sidewinders. I'll see if I can get you a spot to join.
I'll be good, I swear.
It's not a good sign you have to say that.
But it's me, so I have to say it.
No,
You'll be watching from basically behind a window that they can't see through.
This is why I promise I'll do the 2-3 sentences thing with anyone who happens to be around, if for any reason I'm asked to speak.
He just remained silent, vibrating in place slightly for some things, because the first thing he was going to say needed to end about a sentence beforehand.
As long as he doesn't burst because he's all cut up about continuity errors because they're not playing it out how it actually happened. Like, no, this is bullshit.
Ancient so!
Would not have been taken down from behind.
tap, 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 tap.
No, that's not right.
The Tiala's shield was still up. What are you doing?
Why didn't he just respawn?
right. Oh,
I refuse to accept that Roland's dead. It
I thought
doesn't
they
make
might have been
sense.
aboard on that.
This doesn't make any sense at all.
I'll give Tessa a message saying, Zalo's keen to talk.
Here we go.
You just get back a little. Okay.
We might have
It's
to
just another message
supervise
that's
that.
just. Did he say when?
He said he's around the apartment all day.
She'll be like, okay, and then another message just like, I'll be there soon. Test gets amusement. No.
I can meet her at the elevator. I'll go down and meet her.
2 shots. We must make him burn theirs news as fast as possible, so he has to run a new one every week.
There has to be at least one left for Logain because he won't be happy if he doesn't get one.
I'm never happy.
I'd probably say when Tessa's on the way is when Logain would probably hit a comm buoy and probably get the updated message from, I believe it was Tiala that sent it. About
Oh, it's
the whole-
me?
Yeah, like you would have hit the comm buoy and got the updated message from Tiala about the conversation with Marto and everything.
With all the documents.
Alright. I mean, cool. I guess I will just send back, okay, my problem now.
In which case, Tiala will get that as a response.
I'll send back. Do you know of this general?
Heard of him.
I'll catch up with you when you get back. I thought at least if you've got the notes to listen to, you might think of something.
Yeah, so I'll have to listen to that whole conversation that she had with her father.
Give
Which was very interesting.
And then the conversation that we had with her as well.
Because so I also recorded that.
Yep.
Here's the initial transcript, so at least that's easy.
Thanks.
Probably that is not big, but like the writing is not.
Oh, the writing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The anti-Turian racism.
Whoa.
Further, it was NATO. I've got the purposeless grey trousers of Uncle Vanya.
The ancient relic they spoke
need
of.
to be bigger. And in English.
NATO. I know what's happened, NATO. Don't, Harry.
Would you have to say?
I'm going to roll and your
This will be.
colleagues out of this and hack the fleet. To the fleet.
Back the fleet. So yes, there's the doorbell rings.
I'll answer it.
There's a little coy-looking test there.
Tag on
Thank
it.
you.
Would you like me to be here, or would you want me to go to my room?
I mean, all you're gonna see is me touching Zalo's helmet, and then he's gonna experience what I show him.
You might want to be here just in case he has a freak out.
I'll stay just in case.
Get Shashieska, we need a powerful biotic.
She's got a few more years on me.
You don't know
Yeah, I do.
that. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Outside of the pod?
Hey Zalo.
True.
Oh, hey Tess, I'll just clean that up.
I'm not gonna ask what you're doing.
Afterburner project
Oh,
for G-Tor.
You spank that.
Actually, if you've got anyone to ask about that sort of stuff.
The nigger.
Yeah.
the frequency should be 7 degrees higher.
Huh.
It's optimal efficiency.
Right, it is.
Tess,
Well, because of the alterations you've made.
red pen.
See me.
I mean, show me again at the end, because you might make more alterations and that'll change the optimal flow.
Grow cock. You're
Could
my
use some help
daughter.
on this at some point. It's all just theory work at the moment.
Okay.
You wanted to tell me something?
I wanted to show you something. Something not many people know about.
Like what you were talking about on the roof of the...
Oh, I suppose that relates to it somewhat.
Well, lay it on me.
You sure you're ready?
I don't know.
Well, you're gonna see things from my perspective, so...
I haven't done any of this weird Asari stuff before.
Mind, baby.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna... I mean, I do need you to open your mind, but not gonna evade your thoughts. I'm just gonna transmit my experiences to you.
Did you know she could do this?
Does it just...
Also,
Also, this is
Isn't she a bit young?
Does the mic... Does it just thread off, or is it like a lead situation? Open my mind. Just making a joke.
Oh, okay. You just have to... Look, you'll
You'll need an
Naturally
Allen
throw
key.
You'll naturally throw up some net defenses on a subconscious level normally.
Huh.
It's something that happens. Your brain automatically doesn't want to be invaded, but you just have to try and
That seems like a logical
Relax
thing
and-
for a brain to want.
turn that off.
Alright, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Just get in the zone.
You mind if I touch the side of your helmet?
Oh,
It'll make things easier.
Sure.
Just that. And I'm just going to have to press my forehead.
This is just
Against
getting
yours.
more and more contact. Are you okay with this?
Well, he was in a lot more contact earlier on, so come on.
Yeah, but he was being drugged to be a gropey molester. Taking advantage of my little test.
Okay, so I suppose it comes down to make a
This is where,
willpower roll.
this is where it turns out Zalo has a mind of steel. but steel is shit in the Mass Effect universe, so...
You're a Quarian, you mean steel with the other spell.
I've rolled a 1!
This is good, right?
I think...
Yeah, so you've basically got no defense.
Yeah.
Perfect!
Your natural defenses don't even trigger. You're just like, duh.
Good to know I'm incredibly vulnerable.
You need to do some mind baby training with her. Build up your resistance to
Yeah.
Hey, so guess what? The family thing is so completely rolled it. Sort of. I did that before, so you're in the family.
So yeah, you immediately see like the docks, the Citadel docks. You recognise this area, but you notice your eye level is at the ground.
So I must be at like test level.
No, lower than that, and then you realise, she's actually crawled. She's down on like all fours on the ground, and as she looks around, you kind of see like, she's hiding amongst some crates.
Just scoping the place in.
Yeah. You see there's an Asari, a fairly fancy-looking Asari ship, docked just ahead of her. You can make out the name the Adala written on the side. Some people pass by, and then she suddenly like scurries over to the docking arm, and then opens up a panel and starts fiddling with it.
What is she fiddling with in that panel? What might she be doing with my trained to know how to do things eyes?
It looks like she's bypassing the security.
Interesting.
She then goes over to a panel near the door and does something really similar, and then sneaks on board the ship. Vision fades away. Comes back, and she was under a panel. She now appears to be on a ship. She gets grabbed by the upper arm, so now she's completely helpless. Well, I suppose it's just kind of like your perception.
Yeah.
There's an Asari who's picked her up. She starts saying, "What are you doing here? I don't want to stow away here. How did you get on my ship?" And threatens to drop her off at the next porter when she returns to the Citadel. Some time passes. You hear Tess telling her, "Your right FTL drive is out of sync. You can waste fuel and lead to FTL drift."
Peak Tess.
Stressing out the maneuvering struts and the primary buffer panel. The Asari looks impressed by the and starts asking Tess about what she knows. Tess is like, "I've read a lot about ships and examine them. I sneak aboard them on the Citadel and try and learn what I can. And then I put them back the way I found them when I can. I mean, sometimes I hear footsteps, so I don't get to finish off. But cuts fades out and fades back. The Asari is set to drop Tess off on the Citadel, but then she hesitates and asks her to stay. She says she could use a mechanic and some company. Tess is really happy and hugs the Asari. You get the feeling that maybe like a week's passed. You see Tess teaching the Asari captain about the engines as she's working on them. She finds more wrong with the ship. The captain says it's old, she got it cheap. You see, cuts to this, you learn her name is Nalia. It comes up a few times. You see her teaching Tess how to pilot the ship. You kind of get the sense there's another time skip. You see her, she's taken Tess and the ship to like a beautiful nebula, and then there's cuts to various other like space anomalies that she's taken Tess to see, and Tess is like amazed by how pretty the place looks.
Dark.
She teaches Tess how to use her biotics, how to lift heavy objects and alter her gravity. There's a bit where Nalia comes back with a black eye. Triss tries to treat her, but isn't very good. Nalia's evasive, but she mentions she annoyed her boss. Nalia teaches Tess more about piloting in an asteroid field. She's a lot better. You can tell Tess has learned a lot more since then. And then she seems to be teaching Tess about basic mind melding. Mind melding. Then she's teaching her biotics. There's a bit where she's teaching Tess about the mind stuff, and she goes a little she tells Tess that she shouldn't do that, but one day she'll find somebody who she wants to go that deep with. Then you see their ship is under attack. The engines are disabled. You see Nalia telling Tess that they're being boarded and Tess should get under the console. Then you see from Tess' perspective as Nalia is bullied by these group of Batarians who talk about how Nartag, is the name they use, isn't happy with her, and knows she's been skimming profits off the top and been taking a lot of unauthorized trips, using far more fuel than the job and being late. She's become a liability. One of the Batarians forces Nalia to her knees and says she might be willing to let her go and just say they killed her if she acts like the whore that all the Sari are. Nalia bites off his dick. Hey. And then is quickly shot and falls to the ground. Tess goes to help her and Nalia shakes her head with tears and just tells her to stay under the panel. Then eats another shot to the head. Tess tries to be quiet under the console as the Batarians leave. There's a brief conversation about taking the ship. One of the main Batarians says he needs to get to a hospital, and there isn't any time. After an argument about who is going to pick up his dick, they leave. Tess crawls over to Nalia, but she's already dead. She cries lying on top of her and falls asleep.
You will also be experiencing the emotions.
Yeah.
Tess wakes up, takes Nalia's body to a sleeper pod, putting it in stasis. She checks the ship's console. She assesses the damage and begins getting to work on the ship's engines. She can run on only one engine by taking parts from the other. She has to go outside in a spacesuit and fix some of it while the ship is drifting. Tess pilots the ship back to the Citadel. She wakes up as Citadel Control wakes her up. She wants a berth and asks for Sergeant Kanara Tadami on Tesseri board specifically. Tess meets Tadami at the docks, explains her friend was a smuggler, but she's dead now. She returned with her body in the ship. She admits to helping Nalia. Tadami looks at her sternly and says she'll have to give a statement. Tess is interviewed by Sergeant Tadami. Tadami says that Tess's activities are out of her jurisdiction, as the only crime she was guilty of was breaking into the Adala in the first place, but she'll overlook that given that Tess brought back a criminal in their ship. Tess says that Nalia was also not in the Citadel jurisdiction, so it's all moot. Tadami says not so. She'll pass the ship and Nalia's body to Asari authorities, since Nalia was a citizen of the Asari Republics. Tess says that by that logic, she's a Citadel citizen. Tadami says that no, because she is not registered as living on the Citadel since she is a duct rat. Tess technically belongs to nowhere, and her aiding a criminal can't be tried. Tess returns to her old haunts on the docks. Lower wards notices that there are even more duck rats around than normal. She comes across a C-set barricade where two officers are telling people to keep back as another duck rat has fallen into a fan and died. Tess goes to the Charging Youth Center and talks with an Asari on reception about the duck rat problem. The Asari responds that they are a non-profit organisation that depends on donations or sponsors to operate, and they're barely scraping through as it is. Tess starts breaking into ships on the docks, raiding their food stores specifically. She begins giving food to other duck rats. She tries to teach the other younger Asari to use their biotics. Tess gets busted for sneaking into a Turi military vessel. She is taken to CSEC, where some Turians question her before Sergeant Tadami takes over. Tess tells Sergeant Tadami what she's been doing. She explains that she wants to help the duck rats but doesn't have the means. Tess makes Tadami an offer. There's a lot going on the docking ports, a lot of sketchy things. disreputable characters. Tess offers to be their spy, sneak into ships and report back. Tadami asks if she's asking that to get out of her sentence, but what Tess wants are credits so that she can help fund the Child to Youth Center and cure up the duck trap problem. Tadami seems taken aback. She is hesitant, tells Tess that she'll be put in a cell overnight. Tess wants to know if she'll agree, and Tadami says she'll think about it. And then you come back into the real world.